Hey guys, welcome back to the Espresso Outlet and Turin YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a quick unboxing of one of the first Turin commercial espresso grinders. So over here we have the Turin ZF83 grinder, and it's going to be fairly similar to like your DF83 that has been around for quite a few years in terms of it utilizes the same espresso burrs, but this is designed for more of a coffee shop or a coffee cart, etc. So really cool grinder. We're going to take a closer look at some of the features. But just to get going, I wanted to note, we've been putting these on our boxes for quite a while now, and we actually have product pages that's dedicated to each one of our products now. So if you have any specific questions on setting up this grinder, maybe some future maintenance, make sure to check out those links under our Learn section. But let's get going on unboxing this. So we slid this out of the box. Having good quality packaging is really important to us because we want this to get to you in one piece with no damage. So we're just going to lift off our first layer of foam and set it off to the side. And there's really only a couple of main pieces. So off to this side, we have our ZF83 grinder. Right here, we have our hopper. It's about a 3.5 pound hopper. It does have a collar extension inside the hopper, as well as our grounds bin or tray in the front. So I'm going to go and pull all of these out of the bags, get it set up, and let's just do an overview of the grinder. So to get this thing assembled as a piece of cake, you can remove the lid from your hopper, and it does have this optional collar extension, which you don't really have to use, but it does come with it. And we're going to pull this piece of foam out so that we can put our hopper on the top, and it fits on like so. And this is a fairly tall hopper, so it's kind of cut off in the video, but last but not least, we have our bin in the front just for any loose grounds that may come free during the grinding process. So kind of a nice all-inclusive grinder. The setup process is really quick and easy, but you will need to set the depth for your portafilter. So you can see it comes all the way up, and we can't really push the portafilter against this button. So to set it for our portafilter, just simply undo these two thumb screws, place your portafilter in, and I like to do it almost all the way up to the top. You don't want it so tight that it's going to be difficult to pull out. So I think I have it pretty well set up. It does stay on its own, and it does press the button. So next, let's go by turning on the power switch. It has a simple master power toggle switch off to the side. And when you turn it on, you'll see the display lights up. We will probably do a more dedicated video on how to set this up, but I mean, it's really intuitive. So just kind of going from top to bottom, we have our ambient temperature as well as our grinder temperature. We have our humidity, and there is actually an internal fan. So this is a commercial grinder, so when you're grinding a lot of doses back to back, your motor is going to begin to get warm, and it will turn on that fan automatically. You can see that we have three different options. In the front, you have your single and your double shot, and you can set those to whatever. They don't really have to be a single or a double shot. So to set the time on that, you'll just select whichever one you want and click the gear button. So let's change this to 2.5 seconds. Do 0, 2, 5, 0, and click OK, and you can see that it was just that easy to change. You can toggle between the two by the touchscreen interface, or in the middle it does have an override to run it as long as you depress the button. So as long as we hit this button, it will run. If we put it on a time dose, it will automatically turn off after the time dose. So really, really easy to use. You can also see at the bottom, you have your counts per day, week, and total, and there is a way to delete that data. So if that's something that you ever wanted to do, if you changed out burrs, you could delete that data. Next, I'm gonna show you a few features. I noticed some coffee shops, they're really hyper vigilant about keeping their equipment clean, and others, they're a bit lazy and they don't keep their equipment clean. And with this grinder, really there's no reason not to, because it's just really easy to clean on a daily basis. So you can see our spout in the middle, and it's held on by some magnets. So you could actually blow out any of the particles, and you could take out your chute, clean it out, and put it back in, all within a few seconds at the end of a busy shift. The other part that kind of gets neglected, because some of them are more difficult to get into, is cleaning out your grind chamber. So depending on how busy of a shop You may want to do this more frequently than others, but you remove the dial indicator and it does come apart similar to like our DF64 or DF83 coffee grinder. So you'll spin it counterclockwise. Let's put this off to the side and we'll take a look at the burrs. But if we take this off, you'll notice that there's a red dot and that's going to be at the back. They also have a second red dot so that you don't put this in a different orientation because it is aligned to that configuration. It does have the 83 millimeter espresso burrs with the DLC coating. I really like these just at my house for every day. It does work for drip, even though this really isn't a drip grinder. They're really designed for espresso and do fantastic at espresso. Very similar to the Mazzer Major style of burr. And then just following up on cleaning up, I mean, it's as easy as pulling that off, maybe having your shop vac for cleaning up your bar, sucking out the inside, purging out any beans. I mean, it's really something that you could do every day to every few days within just a matter of a few minutes. When we reassemble, I do like to tell you, make sure that you're using a good food grade grease. It's really cheap, a couple dollars on Amazon or even our website. And just make sure that you're not cross-threading these threads. It happens on more grinders than you would imagine, regardless of the brand. So just to kind of wrap up this video, this is a commercial coffee grinder and it's going to be similar to the DF83 in terms of, it has the 83 millimeter burrs, but it has a much larger motor, it has the built-in fan, and it has the time dosing in the front. We'll do some more informational videos on this in the near future, but I wanted to at least show you what came with the grinder and just some of the basic functions of how to get it set up. If you have any questions, I think this would be a fantastic grinder for anywhere from a really busy coffee shop to maybe a smaller coffee shop, carts, trailers. The price is just fantastic for what you're getting. And that's really what we've aimed for with the Turin product lineup. Now, if there's any questions that you have, it's probably been answered on the product page, which I will link to below this video. But if we didn't answer all of your questions, you can always feel free to leave a comment or shoot us an email at sales@espressooutlet.com. But for today, I think this wraps up this video. If you found this video to be informative, please consider hitting like and subscribe so that we can do more videos like this in the near future. But for today, appreciate you guys watching.